Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are, and welcome to Mad About History. Today, we will look at our final video on the Mamluks, where we will explore the exploits of one of the best Mamluk rulers, Ghiyasuddin Balban. Ghiyasuddin Balban is considered one of the best rulers of the Delhi Sultanate, and with good reason. During his long stay as Sultan, he established absolute authority of the Sultan by crushing the power of the nobility. He ensured stability by crushing revolts of provincial governors and achieved all this by reorganizing his army and improving it overall. One of the major challenges faced by Mamluk rulers was the lack of royal lineage, i.e., having one family tree control the throne for many generations. Ghiyasuddin was a slave in his early life and later became part of the Chahalgani. To establish unchallenged authority, he declared that the Sultan was the divine representative of God on earth. He was particular about establishing divine kingship, which essentially meant that he was the representative of God on earth, and he introduced this through daily practices and customs. And as a result, he ended up being a bit of a bore. By never talking to the common people directly, he never smiled, no one was allowed to laugh or joke in his court. I mean, lighten up, man. He also introduced the Persian customs of Sijdha, in which you had to kneel and touch your forehead to the ground as a show of respect, and Paibos, in which you had to kiss the feet of the Sultan in his court. Disgusting, I know. His feet probably sang a ton. I mean, you didn't have bathrooms back then. But by doing all this, he positioned himself to be this divine and revered figure. One area where Balban succeeded, where many Mamluk rulers had failed, was his handling of the powerful nobles. He had ascended the throne with the help of the Chahalgani, but knowing that they could realistically become a major threat to his power, he disbanded them and crushed their power. He made it so that no nobility had any say in the affairs of the nation. Another problem many Mamluk rulers couldn't manage well was any revolts and rebellions. Balban was ruthless in quelling these revolts, and by doing so, he discouraged any who thought about it. He famously defeated the governor of Bengal, Tughril Khan, by marching personally at the head of his army. He then had Tughril Khan and his home family killed to prevent other such revolts. Morbid, but it was effective. He also introduced a system of spies which had not been done by any Mamluks yet. His espionage system worked very well and succeeded in helping the Sultan keep tabs on the developments of his kingdom, and especially when he became older. Balban was always alert because he believed the threat of a Mongol invasion was real, which it very much was. He wanted to be prepared and always kept his army at a state of readiness. He reorganized his infantry and his cavalry thoroughly. He increased his army's size. He kept a large standing army. He himself never left Delhi for long because he believed the Mongols would take advantage of his absence. He appointed trusted princes and governors on the border provinces. He made it a point to build new forts at strategic locations and to repair and maintain old forts. He did succeed in protecting the Mamluk Empire from becoming a Mongol territory. Balban had a great contribution to the Delhi Sultanate. He built a solid ground for it, he increased the power and prestige of the Sultan, and his rule in general a great time of stability for the Mamluk Dynasty. And by doing so, he created an era where the fields of trade, agriculture, and commerce could develop, and developing a stable economy in the process. Many historians believe Balban to be one of the greatest Mamluk rulers. In 1286, Balban died, and with him gone, there was no one to stop the nobles from regaining power. Balban had nominated his eldest son, Kai Khosrow, to be his successor, but the nobles preferred Kai Kabadhu, sure, we'll go by that, who is the son of an independent ruler of Bengal and ascended the throne due to the nobles and was a puppet of the nobles for all practical purposes. The power struggle between the nobles amongst each other defined the last years of the Mamluk Dynasty. Many ambitious nobles wanted the throne for themselves, and in the end, Jalaluddin Khilji, an Afghan noble, took control of the Delhi Sultanate in 1290. With that, the rule of the Mamluks came to an end. Thank you for watching, and in the next episode, we will look at our first video on the Khaljis. If you liked the video, the best way to support me would be to like, comment, subscribe with the notifications on, and share the video. If you want to watch more videos, there will be 2 on the right of your screen, and if you want to subscribe, there will be something on the left of your screen. So, goodbye for now.